Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to all the panelists for being here. Uh, this is an incredibly important hearing. I am grateful to come from a state and a city like New York, which has programs in the transportation and construction sector that go well beyond the requirements of disadvantaged business enterprises. But there are still many underlying issues that I believe we need to address. Last year, I held a meeting with my local transportation task force to discuss better inclusion of DBEs. And we had our local contractors association provide us a thorough explanation to a number of community groups and leaders so they could ensure small businesses in the city have a good sense of how the DBE program works. One of the biggest takeaways from the meeting was that even though New York is full of diversity and has very aggressive diversity goals, there's still a pipeline issue in the construction sector. That is why I'm working closely with former Congressman Charlie Rangel and City College in Manhattan to develop a state-of-the-art infrastructure training program, because we feel that there's just not enough young people, particularly, ready for the potential jobs that may be coming towards the future. So I believe that as we invest in infrastructure, we also need to invest in training a diverse field of candidates for the jobs that will come along the way. Another issue that has been brought up to my attention is the NAICS issue. The NAICS size standard negatively impacts the ability of DBEs to grow. So I wanted to ask the panelists, have you faced similar issues? Do you believe that changes need to be made in HR2 in the Invest in America Act to sufficiently resolve these issues? And is there more that we can do to ensure that BDEs are not held back? Any other panelists?
This is Eve Williams. I'd like to address the NAICS standards on engineering versus architectural services. And it puzzles me as to why engineering, and that's our main service, the engineering cap on gross revenue is somewhere near $14 million over average 3-year period, but yet architect services are near $7 million. So I think, in speaking for the architects, I think that they're severely held back because of that NAICS code standard or cap on just architectural services.
Yeah, this is Farad Ali from AMAC. I would say that there needs to be some real evaluation to what Ms. Williams was talking about earlier, which is personal net worth. I think it's reasonable to believe, I think you create some kind of economic discrimination by keeping the numbers so low and then expect for businesses to quote unquote graduate or to perform better. It's hard to continue to have a small net worth and can expect that people can grow to 30 million or 40 million or 15 million. I mean, it's almost unreasonable. That's the problem that we ran into the car rental industry, because you've got a $1.3 million net worth requirement, that standards, that means you can't have over that, but yet you have the cars. If you wanted to be a dealer for rental cars, you got $50 billion of rental cars. If you only have a net worth of 1.3, you can't even get a contract to do that work. So I think there should be some real intensive studies on understanding the impact of keeping the net worth at its current level, on how that's also creating some economic discrimination, until you start really raising that so people can have a growth and share in the prosperity.
Anything on the pipeline issue from anybody? Or do you find that there are not enough trained folks for the jobs that may be coming our way in the future? And what can we do about it?
No, the pipeline actually is an issue, and you're absolutely correct. So we're working here within our state and within our county to expand our apprenticeship program, in addition to what we're trying to do to prepare for DBEs. As a county, we too just decided that we're going to align our own county procurement with apprenticeship, requiring primes to use a percentage of their activities with the contracts they win from the county to be done with apprenticeship. So we're believing that we're going to need to fold that in a similar manner over with the DBE. But the pipeline is an issue that we're trying to address right now because we do not have enough disciplines as we go forward and infrastructure begins to grow and bloom as opportunities for small businesses.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I yield back.